What is the best starter package? My short answer to this question is get the Aurora MR over the Mustang Alpha. My slightly longer answer to this question is get the Avenger Titan, but. And my longest answer to this question is get the ship that's right for you. Get the Aurora MR. The two ships that are always in the same price category for starter ships are the Aurora MR and the Mustang Alpha. These are both fine ships, and it's so easy to make money in Star Citizen doing what you enjoy in order to buy more ships. I really would recommend simply getting one of these ships for $45 and calling it a day. I recommend the Aurora MR. The Aurora is more general purpose, and the Mustang is more of a fighter. But here's the thing. While the Mustang is a joy to fly and more responsive than the Aurora does pretty well. And once we start talking about something other than fighting, the Aurora does everything else better. The Aurora can fit a body inside the ship easily. This may seem like an odd point, but it's a matter of convenience. If you're doing a mercenary mission, which is an excellent way to make money and it doesn't matter what ship you have, being able to put a body inside of the ship means being able to loot the body directly from the corpse to the ship, which is far better than the tedious alternatives to collecting armor. If you want to put a body in the Mustang, you have to have a tractor beam and low gravity, and you need something to stand on so you can jump into the back. And unlike the Mustang Beta, the back of the Mustang Alpha is an awkwardly small space that's not really designed to be used. Putting stuff inside the Mustang is a hassle, and it creates a lot of headache. But not only is it a hassle, the Mustang also has significantly less vehicle storage, which is the storage that you use when moving stuff from an external inventory to the vehicle's inventory. The Aurora's vehicle storage has 650K, which is the same as the 100i and the Titan, while the Mustang only has 250K. The result of this is a full set of armor can't fit in the Mustang's vehicle storage without some glitching. And that really is the story of trying to use the Mustang Alpha for anything other than dogfighting. It's a hassle. This follows naturally into box missions. To put boxes in the back of the Mustang Alpha, you need a tractor beam, and you have to be in a place where you can use the tractor beam. You currently can't use them in armistice zones. The Aurora is pretty simple, but not without its own quirks. To put a box in the Aurora, all you have to do is climb in and drop it. But if you're putting a third box in, it will often clip you through the roof of the ship. But this isn't too big of an issue because as long as you can breathe, you can simply jump off and walk back into the ship. No problem. Being able to simply climb into the standing area of the Aurora means that you can access the ship's inventory without needing to do anything tricky. In the future, they might add an external storage to the Alpha, but for now, it's a bit of a pain. The Aurora MR also has a bed, while the Alpha does not. This is a big deal for me because I often need to log off sporadically. Or I need a new server because missions are bugged and I want to stay in the same location. Without a bed, you will log back in at your last space station or city landing location. But you'll have to decide if this matters to you. Neither of the ships, the MR or the Alpha, come with all of their guns, but the Mustang's base hardpoints are slightly better. 2 size 2 gimbaled compared to the Aurora's 2 size 1 gimbaled. However, the Mustang comes with cannons while the Aurora comes with repeaters. The issue with cannons is that they are basically worse repeaters. Both the fire rate and projectile speeds are slower on cannons than repeater, and they both average out to the same DPS. Even though you don't have to reload as often with cannons, cannons require more uptime, where repeaters are better for hit and wiggle. So at some point, you might want to switch the cannons on the Alpha to repeaters. The main point here is that you might be looking at buying guns for all of your hardpoints on the Mustang and only the 2 empty hardpoints on the Aurora. Get the Titan, but as of making this video, the 100i starter pack is on sale for $45. This is a great deal, but not because I recommend the 100i, because I don't. This is a good deal because you can upgrade from the 100i to the Avenger Titan for $5. And the Titan is an excellent ship for that price. There is only one argument for getting the 100i in my opinion, but it's a pretty nice reason. You can spawn a 100i at a vehicle spawning console. This may be a bug or a feature, I don't know, but it's been that way since the 100i came out and is pretty nice for getting you off of a planet where you might otherwise be stuck if something happened. Leaning on my arguments from the Aurora and the Mustang comparison, even though the 100i and the Titan have similar practical applications, you can fit a body in the ship easily, putting boxes in the ship is easy, the flight model is fine for what they are, and you can do pretty much everything in the verse that doesn't require a specialized ship. The 100i is the same or weaker than the Aurora MR or Mustang Alpha in some of these areas, while the Avenger Titan is better than all of them in almost every area. The one area that the ships are better than the Titan is handling, but the Titan handles just fine. In every other area, the Titan is arguably better than the other 3, and is the ship you'll probably keep using even after you have more ships. I'll mention the cargo shortly, but if you've seen the video titled, "When is a cargo ship a cargo ship?" you'll already know that the Titan falls into the trunk space category and shouldn't really be thought of as a cargo ship. That said, it is nice to have the extra SCU in an actual cargo grid. The main strengths of the Titan are its strong weapon loadout, the ample internal space, both vehicle storage and physical storage, and the bed. The vehicle storage is 650K, like the 100i and the Aurora. The physical storage is nice because you can transport people in there, physical items can be placed in there, and a Nox will fit, making it the only vehicle so far that can fit another vehicle inside of it. And here's the but. Without the sale making it only $5 more, I would suggest simply getting the Aurora MR and earning the rest in game. Get the ship that's right for you. In my experience, the best ship in the universe is the one you actually get in. Owning and having owned many ships, there are a few I gravitate to, and it doesn't always have to make sense. I fly the 400i really often. It's my explorer, it's my daily driver, and it's probably one of the most worthless ships in the game. But because I actually get in it pretty often, it's worth something to me. Some ships just speak to some people, and for those people, that's the exact right ship for them. If you're still trying to figure out what ship is right for you, then I would go back to recommending the Aurora MR, because you can use it to find out what you like to do, what you gravitate to, and earn the money you need to get a ship that better accommodates whatever that is. You can rent, you can buy with UEC, and down the line, if you feel the need to spend real money on a ship, then maybe your experiences in the verse will give you a better understanding of what you actually like. Now you probably noticed that I switched from packages to ships. This is because you can buy a package and then upgrade the ship in that package to a ship of your choice, provided that the ship's available and you spend the extra money. Some ships will come with lifetime insurance, and many people like to have LTI on their ships. This is getting more and more rare, but keep your eye out for it if it's something you're looking for. One thing to be aware of is that a package keeps its insurance. If you upgrade a ship in a package that has 3 months insurance to a ship with lifetime insurance, that ship will drop the lifetime insurance and keep the 3-month insurance from the package. If you want LTI on a package, then you will need to get a package with LTI. The other option to get LTI is to simply buy a standalone ship outright with lifetime insurance that stays separate from your package. For more information on LTI, consider watching my video titled Lifetime Insurance. Otherwise, you can simply upgrade from the Aurora MR to any available ship in the game. If you know the Aurora is not quite enough for you, then here are some ships I would recommend if you are trying to get something more. For dogfighting, the Arrow, Gladius, and Vanguard Sentinel are excellent. For cargo hauling, the Constellation Taurus is a good starting hauler because it's a great general purpose ship and has a good amount of cargo space. The C2 Hercules is the largest cargo hauler in the game at time of writing and is actually quite nice to fly. And if you're planning to do some blockade running, such as at the Ninetales event, then the Kerouac is actually quite a nice cargo hauler, even though it has significantly less cargo than the other fully fledged cargo ships. It's also significantly faster and able to outrun many fighters, even though it's a bit sluggish to fly at the moment. If you're looking to do some multi-crew fighting, the Hurricane, Redeemer, and Hammerhead are all great options. For exploring and/or daily drivers, I personally like the 350R, 400i, and Mercury Star Runner. And for a multi-purpose ship, I like the Vanguard for its fighting capabilities, multi-crew options, and physical space to place things in. I like the Constellation for its powerful pilot-controlled guns, vehicle carrying and light cargo capabilities, and its multi-crew options. I also consider the Kerouac a good multi-purpose ship as well. It doesn't have pilot-controlled guns, but it's not too badly armed for multi-crew. It's great for blockade running since it can outrun many ships including many fighters. It has a Tier 2 medical bed. It has enough cargo capacity to make it a fully fledged solo cargo ship. It has a hangar that can fit several ships including an Arrow with caveats or a Buccaneer. It has a front-loaded bay that can carry several vehicles. In addition to those features, it has all of the planned future functionality. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope this guide was helpful. For more guides like this, please like and subscribe.